Got 3 viewers.
Hi, and welcome to the Unknown Secrets of SEO podcast.
Hi, welcome back to our Unknown Secrets of SEO podcast. Thank you for joining us. We have another fun-filled edition and informative podcast for you today.
You are listening to and potentially watching the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes, and don't you forget it.
That's what's up.
This is podcast number 50. As with every podcast, we like to cover a little bit of information about the previous podcast. Last time we talked about CMS SEO.
That'll work.
CMS is a content management solution, and we talked about different things that you should have in your content management solution, system, so that you can actually perform good search engine optimization. And it's interesting. After that, I met a gentleman on this Tuesday, and we were actually talking about the different nuances of different CMS systems and what you can and can't do in terms of SEO with those. So
exciting conversation.
Yeah.
CMS.
I can't say that it was as much fun as the podcast. which speaking of which, I haven't even shown you this. This is another review on iTunes.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Man, you guys are just showing up and performing. We really appreciate that. Here it is. It's from John Brownkey. So it may be John Brown from Kentucky, possibly. I don't know. John, if you're listening to this, go ahead and send us your information. We'd love to give you some link love. We're all about that. And here's what he says. I have been listening now for a few months, and I really enjoy the podcast. I find I learn at least one thing. Only one thing per episode?
One thing per episode?
All right, we'll take it. We'll take it.
We can do better than that.
Come on, John. This one learned 2. They are fun and entertaining as well as educational. And I don't know if he put that in a particular order. I look forward to a new episode. Awesome. Thank you so much, John. We really appreciate that. We really actually appreciate those people who do stalk us.
Yes. On Facebook, Twitter.
Ustream.
So, we have a Ustream follower. Nicholas Fabin.
Nicholas
Fabin. I found
Fabin.
him a couple weeks ago. I meant to shout out to you, Nicholas.
All right. Thanks.
He's one of the followers on
Ustream?
On Ustream.
Cool. Hey, Nicholas, how you doing? So if you want to stalk us on Twitter, you just need to go to twitter.com/ewebstyle. If you want to stalk us on Facebook, the easiest way to find us is to go to ewebstyle.com/Facebook. That takes you to our company Facebook page. There's probably a group. It's not a group, though. But you can become a fan on that page.
Okay.
The best way to find the Ustream is to go to ewebstyle.com/Ustream. Our goal is to actually start our podcast and our broadcast at 9:15 Central Standard Time. We've been running a little late. I just realized my clock on my computer in my office is off. So, yeah, we're going to have to call the IT guys on that one. We also have a YouTube account, and I think I promised you last time that I was going to give you a link for that. It's not up yet, but it's going to be e-webstyle.com/YouTube, and that'll take you directly to our YouTube page, and you'll be able to look up. We cut up this podcast in little pieces. If you don't really want to sit and watch it on Ustream, you can do that. Are we approaching the Gino time limit? There we go. One of the things I was thinking last night, as I was going to bed and really, preparing for this podcast, because we do. Well, let's not lie. We don't really. All right. But I was thinking last night.
Well, people give us awesome suggestions about what to talk about, which is very appreciated.
So keep your emails coming, and you can email us at podcast@e-webstyle.com. We'll get those, and we'll include them on the air if we think they're relevant. We're getting more and more, it's awesome. You go look at the maps of where people are listening to our podcast. It is all around the world. We really appreciate all of you. Remember, we had somebody write in and they said, well, you guys are pretty funny for Americans.
For American humor. Yeah. John, I think, in Western Australia, which apparently is a
province.
So
I was thinking, hey, if we got that right, John, send us a link to what you consider classic Australian humor, right? And I'm hoping it's not like Yahoo Serious Young Einstein, because I'm not doing my hair like that. That's just not going to happen. But if you send that, maybe we'll have like an Australian humor day, and of
Our
course,
attempt at a Australian humor.
of course, the Americans won't understand any of it because they're all so slow. I mean, we're all so slow. But, you know, it might be fun. So, plus, you know, I like to just learn different humors and different music and everything international. It's very cool. The next thing, you know, I wrote this down, and I can't remember, like, we came up with it. It's absolutely brilliant. Perception protection.
I do remember that. Perception protection.
And it's a great phrase, and when we remember what it means, we'll...
Kind of like brand management?
Well, I think it was along the lines of, you know, if somebody has a website out there and they've got some bad reviews, you need that perception protection, and there are companies out there that can help you with that. You know, we've got lots of ideas on that. If you're interested in having a conversation about perception protection.
Yes. And that's the more that websites like Yelp and City Search become popular, the more you're going to need that. The larger your website grows, and people want to see, they want to write reviews about you, and that affects the perception of your company and your website. So that's going to become ever increasingly important as the web grows.
And I just want to be clear, we're not suggesting that if you pay us, we can get a bad review off.
Well, you can pay me, and I'll write you whatever you want, dude. Seriously.
And that's P. Hansen at e-webstyle.com. Send checks to, you want them actually made out to you this time?
Made out to me.
That's funny. You got to listen to a previous podcast. All right. So I know you were researching. Did you find any news?
I did. No, I didn't find any news today. There's nothing happened. Don't worry. Nothing ever happened.
I got news today. I actually got news. This is pretty interesting. JetBlue used Twitter to give away JetBlue.
Okay.
The airlines, they used Twitter to give away 1,000 tickets in New York. So they just put the announcement out there, and
that's what's up.
There was a location, and everybody showed up there. So if you're thinking about getting a Twitter account, you know, if JetBlue does it, I don't even know what that means, but you should have one.
Panda Express did that. Rob sent that to us. That actually came from a Twitter.
Oh, I didn't.
That came from
realize.
like a Twitter feed. I was poking around and actually found that.
So,
Panda Express gave some free food away last Wednesday.
So one of the guys in the office sent an email to everyone else in the office saying, "Hey, go get free food at Panda Express." Did we ever figure out where? I actually drove by one yesterday because I was way down south, but there's nothing close.
Right? It's not one close to here. Well, there's one at I-10, but somebody let me know if they went and then tried the honey walnut chicken.
That sounds kind of good.
They put something good.
Something else that's in the news: Carlos Slim is now the richest man on the planet.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Carlos Slim. He's a media mogul in Mexico. And it kind of begs the question, is he going to do like what Bill Gates does?
Oh, that's
give all of his money away?
Well, he won by default, though, because Bill keeps giving all of his money.
That's
so,
if you give away half your fortune, that shouldn't count.
Yeah, that doesn't count, man.
That's true, though. I didn't even think about that.
He gave some more billion away not too long ago.
That's awesome.
That's interesting, though.
And there was just a quick little note I thought it was pretty interesting about information exhibitionism.
I have no idea what that is.
It sounds dirty, though, so we should talk about it. It was just making the point that with Google coming out with Buzz, and you know, there were a lot of people making a hoopla about all this information being shared so readily, and they were uncomfortable, and all of these things, and that hoopla died so quickly, and people are so in favor of Buzz that now there's like a movement against the movement. They're like, quit talking to us about, you know, all this privacy concerns. We're used to it because we've had Facebook accounts for years now. We're used to having that information just go readily and rampantly everywhere. So that would be information exhibitionism.
So if you don't like it, don't get on the internet.
Good morning, Javier.
What's up, Javier?
What's up? Say hello to the people.
Hello, everybody.
So and there is the personification of information exhibition right there.
That's right. We just put him on the internet without his permission. That's right.
We don't have to sign any documents for that. Why? So last time you spoke about Microsoft SEO
Toolkit. Darren Bowie of DarrenBowie.eu, I believe.
So far, he's probably put us to work the most.
For real,
right?
Darren. Like, come on, give a break here.
Give us a break.
When you think about Microsoft SEO Toolkit, I was like, Thanks. I'm glad you asked that because I have no idea what that is. Apparently, Mike